Hey guys, this is Adam with Wanderer, and you're here with Tour Press Force at the Rebel Lounge for my show.
This is Monica with Tour Press Force. I'm here at the Rebel Lounge in Phoenix with Wanderer.
Yes.
How's it going?
Doing well, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. It's so nice to be inside and keeping cool.
It's horrible outside, it is. But yeah, we're inside, we're all good, cooling off.
Great. So where are you at in the leg of your tour? I hear you've been out and about with a couple of other bands for a few runs.
So this is just a short run we're doing for the summer. We played some shows in California, a couple in LA, San Diego. Yesterday we were in Tucson. Today here in Phoenix, and then I'm going to Colorado after this to do another show.
Oh, nice.
And so I'm on
Cool.
tour with Redlands and Valienta. They're both from Denver area, and they're good buds. So yeah, it's a good time, and we're just kind of. This is going to be, I think, one of my favorite shows we're going to do. So since it's the hometown, get everyone's friends out, and it'll be a good time.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of friends are going to show up tonight?
Oh yeah. So it'll be a nice little party we'll have here. So.
For sure. Do you have much of a connection with the other local opening bands?
Yeah, I know both of them. So People Who Could Fly, they played the show last night. They opened last night too. So they're awesome dudes, really cool music. So I've known them through shows and the local kind of scene. And then Sunday at Noon, I know those guys as well, and they're kind of just new on the scene, and they're doing really, really awesome stuff. And they rock out for sure. So I'm stoked to watch them tonight.
Oh yeah, it'll be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
What do you look forward to most tonight?
I mean, it's hard because it's sometimes, you get a little nervous still. I still get a little nervous before playing bigger shows, but I think just playing and seeing the audience, when people sing along, or when we play just the newer song. We're playing a few new ones tonight, and we're playing pretty much all of my music so far, and so I'm just really excited to present the new kind of set to everybody, and we have some lighting going on and some cool merch and everything, so just to kind of give people the whole experience, that I can kind of create inside a venue. So
oh, nice.
I'm nervous and excited to play. It's always, it's a good nervous, so I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's something about that connection, the adrenaline, the experience, what goes on stage, and what happens between you and that audience. It's always
that's
amazing.
what it's all about. Definitely. Yeah.
So your new music, do you have a new album, an EP? What's coming out?
So I have a single actually coming out next week, later in June, and it's going to be the first of a few singles I'll be putting out. It'll culminate in an album later in the year.
Okay.
So it's kind of a summer single, and it's going to lead off the new sound for the rest of the year. So I'm just trying to keep a lot of music coming out all the time, so.
And with that, is there a new vibe or direction in the quality?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, there's kind of not all my songs don't sound. I don't want them to all sound the same, So every song is a little bit different. I have some that are very pop centric, straight up pop. I have some that are more indie with a lot of guitar influence and stuff. Some that are darker, some that are slower and ballad kind of sounding. But the one coming out. It's going to be very summer. It's got a summer vibe to it. It's pop. It's a little bit of electronic influence in it, but it still sounds, I think, like my sound and like the last EP, kind of continuing on. So
great.
Yeah.
What has the experience been for you? Where it sounds like you started out years ago in different bands, and now you're working more as a solo artist. Of course, you have a band that tours with you. But what is the experience like? How does it differ?
It definitely differs, and it's kind of been interesting seeing all the different ways that it playing in a band versus doing it solo. So yeah, I've played in lots of bands, and up until a few years ago. But I think solo it's nice because I have a very specific vision for things as far as the music, the images, the artwork, everything like that. I have a very specific vision so it's nice that I can have that exactly how I want it, kind of a perfectionist thing. And it's nice to I write all my own music and record all of it myself and do all that. So it's kind of cool because I've always done that. So now I just really get to do it and sound the way I want to. But you know, it also is really great playing with other people, you know, and having other members in a band who can contribute, and everyone's got different skills, you know.
Right.
So having a band where everyone has something to contribute, you don't, you know, it's kind of more all on you as a solo artist, which you know is okay. But yeah, that's why I love having like a band to play the shows with, because playing with other people, you know, is the best. So I have some good friends on this tour with me playing in the band, and yeah, so I mean, it's definitely, I've experienced both. But I'm really happy right now doing what I want, exactly what I want to do, you know, as far as the music goes. So,
Sure.
Yeah, so it has its pros and cons, of course, like anything, you know.
Tell me some more about your vision. It sounds like you're very intentional with what you're thinking and how you want to express it.
Yeah.
What's behind that? What's driving that?
So, you know, the name Wanderer first, it was kind of a name I've been mulling around with for years, honestly, you know, in the back of my head, and it just felt right to go with that name for the project as opposed to my, you know, just Adam Simons, or my own name, because I feel like it can become kind of more than just me. I can kind of take on a different persona and kind of create something bigger than just myself, you know, even though it is a solo project. And so my first EP was called City, and it kind of had themes all around, you know, experiences I've had, you know, living in cities and being around, you know, lots of people and that kind of interchange, and it had, you know, darker songs and lighter songs, and kind of it all encompassed that vibe, you know, and the aesthetics were all, you know, city lights and neon and things like that. So I kind of want to transition from that to, you know, with every EP kind of brand it a little differently, but have them all work together. So, you know, the vision kind of comes as the music comes, but I always wanted to have very cinematic music and like a visual and audio experience, like very, you know, strong imagery to go with the music. And like, you know, I want even the merch and stuff, like I like to design, and you know, I want it to be stuff that I would like to wear. This is not my merch, but you know, so I just kind of want to create, I don't want it to just be, oh, these songs are cool. I want it to be like, oh, the show is an experience, the logo, you know, everything is part of the music, you know. So I think it can kind of grow into something really cool that way. So,
yeah, that's really cool. I love the full expression.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it's not limited to one aspect, but it's just the whole creation. We noticed, I can't recall the name of the video I saw online, but like you said, very cinematic.
Yeah.
It reminding us of another videographer, I think his name is Sam Holden. I'm sure I just butchered that, so we might need to say this again.
Sam Colder.
Okay.
Colder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Nice. I haven't heard of him. Yeah, I'll check him out though. That's cool. Yeah, videos to me I think are super cool, because you can do something that complements the song, but you can also kind of do something that, you know, shows a new light to the song that isn't obvious at first, you know what I mean? So I have a lot of concepts. I come up with video ideas as I'm writing the song sometimes, you know, before it's even recorded. So I think that's super important to have good visuals.
Yeah, definitely. It
Yeah.
sounds like you're beyond just singing a song, you're telling a story.
Absolutely, yeah, and like it kind of goes with the Wanderer, you know, name. I feel like a lot of young people my age, we don't really know what we're doing. We're kind of don't know what we want to do for a career, don't know where we want to go, you know. And for me, I love to travel. I love to get lost. I love to like travel the world and not stay in the same place. And I think I want like my music to reflect, you know, kind of the struggle of like 20-something people and people growing up, teenage, you know, after high school, college, and just all the experiences that I've gone through that I think everyone else also has gone through.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What about wandering? What is the furthest that you've wandered, the most amazing place you've gone to so far?
That's tough. Last summer I was in Costa Rica for about a few weeks, and it was just incredible. We hiked and stayed in the mountains, and that was pretty amazing. Been to like Ecuador and the Galapagos Islands in South America. That was insane. So I think, you know, tropical places like that. An older band of mine, we played a show in the Philippines, so we flew out to Manila.
Wow, yeah.
That was crazy to experience that culture, you know. So things like that, you know, I love to keep traveling, and you know, even within the U.S., there's so much to see. So I'm a travel addict. I love road trips and things like that. So.
What about space? Would you travel to Mars?
Oh gosh.
If you had
I don't know.
chance.
That would be so crazy. I couldn't even imagine.
You'd be the
that.
entertainment for the ride, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
Cool. So, what else should we talk about? Is there anything else that you want to share?
I think, yeah. I mean, we touched on so much already. Like, I think this is just a nice little West Coast tour I'm doing right now. But I want to put out a lot of music this year, so that's the plan. I put out a cover of the Fleetwood Mac song that I love, called Dreams. I kind of did my own spin on it, so that came out a couple months ago. I just released like an acoustic version of one of my songs. So I'm trying to just get a lot of music out in 2017. So, like I said, I have a new single coming out this month, and then there'll be more singles in the following months, and then an EP later in the year. So,
your strategy for releasing the singles. Is there an advantage to doing that versus just holding out for the actual EP?
I think today, yeah, there is, because with things like Spotify and Apple Music and streaming being such a huge thing, I think showing up and releasing a song, say every month or every other month, has an advantage, and you're putting more momentum and more content out over a spread of time, as opposed to dropping an EP all at once, right? And then maybe a few weeks later, that's kind of over. I feel like, so it's kind of just, I think, to keep people interested with new stuff and keep growing on a consistent basis. So it just feels like that's kind of what I did for my first EP. So it feels like the right way to go, and it was successful for that, I think. So it'll culminate with an album, because I think I like to group songs into albums. I like the vibe of that. But yeah, I think releasing a few at a time and kind of testing the waters is cool, and you can do that today, which is really awesome.
Yeah, and you said you're DIY, so you're doing it on your own,
absolutely.
Which is amazing and awesome.
Yeah,
I love it.
Absolutely.
For this next EP, the direction, the vision, we're moving from cities and
I think to a more, I can't tell you like the title yet or anything. It's all under wrap. I don't want to give anything away yet, but I think experimenting with more ethereal sounds, more spacey kind of things, more atmospheric, electronic elements, even.
Cool.
So that'll kind of, it'll be similar, but it'll take, I think, to a new level, that as far as production and just the sounds we put into the songs,
Any hint to the name of the single coming up?
Yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. It's gonna be called "We Were So Young." We Were So Young.
All right.
Okay. And that's the next single coming out end of this month. So make sure you look out for that. It's gonna be on iTunes and Spotify and everywhere online, pretty much. So,
yeah, and you'll see it pop up on Tour Press Force as well.
Awesome.
When you release it, let us know.
Absolutely will.
We'll put it out there.
Great, yeah. So we'll be playing that one tonight, and another new one as well. So.
Okay.
Yeah, lots of new stuff. So.
Well, I can't wait. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Is it cool to say Adam or
whatever you want? You can call me Wander. It doesn't matter to me.
Awesome.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much for having me.
For sure.
Awesome.
Thank you.
See ya.
I try to turn around and leave, but I want you, babe. I still want you, baby. So call me crazy. Why don't you call me crazy? So call me crazy. Why don't you call me crazy? Why don't you call me crazy?